Dear students, in this class, we'll discuss about what are the measurable properties of gases and different gas laws we will try to discuss. So what are the measurable properties of gas? So what are the properties of gas that can be measured? So there are different measurable properties: mass, volume, pressure, temperature, density, diffusion. All these are the measurable properties of gas. So first we'll discuss about what first measurable property of gas, that is mass. So mass. So this is a here it expresses the amount of chemical substance. So mass always expresses the amount of chemical substance. So here the second. So what is that mass? What is a mole? 1 dozen is equal to 12. 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 power 23. 1 dozen of banana, 1 mole of banana, or 1 mole of NaCl, or 1 mole of EDT. So what is this? Everything uh, is nothing but representation of mass. So here, when we consider an example, HCl plus NaOH, so simple reaction if you take, that gives rise to NaCl plus H2. So here, when we are using 1 mole of HCl and 1 mole of NaOH, so 1 mole of HCl is always equal to its molecular weight, that is 36.5 grams, and 1 mole of NaOH is equal to 40 grams, which is equal to its molecular weight. So 1 mole will be equal to its Avogadro number. So 1 mole of H2 is equal to 2 grams, 1 mole of oxygen 32 grams, and 1 mole of H2O is equal to 18 grams, which is equal to its Avogadro number. So second measurable property, that is volume. So what is volume? The amount of space occupied is nothing but volume. So if we see the SI unit, so the SI unit is meter cube. That means nothing but meter cube. So decimeter cube or centimeter cube, 1 cc or 1 ml. So all these are the units. So 1 decimeter cube is equal to 10 cube cc. 1 meter is equal to 10 decameter, and 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters, and so on. So these are the different units for measuring the volume. So pressure, next one is pressure. So how the pressure is applied? So this is the instrument that is used to measure the pressure, that is a barometer. If we see the units, that is 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere. So pressure is equal to 1 atmosphere or 1 bar. So P is equal to F by A or Newton by meter square, that is nothing but Pascal. So pressure is equal to, if we are considering 1 atmosphere, that is equal to 76 centimeters of mercury pressure, or 760 millimeters of mercury pressure, or 760 torrs, because 1 millimeter of Hg is equal to 1 torr. And next one is temperature. All these are measurable properties. What is temperature? The degree of hotness or coldness. So the degree of hotness or coldness. So there are different scales for measuring temperature. One is the Celsius scale and second one is Kelvin scale. So temperature. So how to convert the Celsius scale to Kelvin scale? So plus 273. Plus 270. So if we are adding 273, the Celsius scale will be converted into Kelvin scale. So how to convert a foreign degree to foreign heat to centigrade scale? So this is the formula, that is C is equal to 5 by 9 for conversion of centigrade scale to a Fahrenheit scale. So Fahrenheit is equal to 9 by 5. 9 by 5, that is T degrees centigrade plus 32. So next one is density. Next one is density. So density is equal to mass per volume. If the mass is expressed in kilograms and volume is expressed in meter cube, so SI unit is kg per meter cube. Next one is diffusion. So what is a diffusion? So intermixing of two or more gases without a gravitational effect, because the gases are independent of gravity. So rate of diffusion is equal to the volume of gas diffused by time taken, that is equal to V by T. So we know that 1 mole is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 20. So these are the measurable properties of gases. Next, we'll discuss about gas laws. So why we are using gas laws? So gas laws always express about the behavior of gases. So to explain the behavior of gases, we use these gas laws. So there are different gas laws. So Boyle's law, Charles law, and Gay-Lussac's law. So Boyle's law. So what is the statement of Boyle's law? At constant temperature. So in the case of Boyle's law, temperature is kept constant. At constant temperature, the volume of gas is inversely proportional to pressure. So P is proportional to 1 by V, or V is proportional to 1 by P. So that is about Boyle's law. So this was proposed by Robert Boyle. So if you see the statement, for a given mass of gas at constant temperature, the volume is inversely proportional to pressure, or V is proportional to 1 by P, or P is proportional to 1 by V. So our P is equal to K by V, or PV is equal to K, that is constant. So that is about Boyle's law. So in this case, if you are considering two different gases, so P1, V1 is equal to K. For the second gas, so the initial pressure P1 is changing to P2 and initial volume V1 is changing to V2, then P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So that is about Boyle's law. So according to the Boyle's law, PV is equal to K, or P1 is proportional to 1 by V1, P2 is proportional to 1 by V2, P3 is proportional to 1 by V3. So P1 V1 is equal to K1, P2 V2 is equal to K2, P3 V3 is equal to K3. So ultimately what we are getting, so K1, K2, K3 all are constants. So then P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, that is equal to P3 V3. So if you see the graphical representation of Boyle's law, so what are isotherms? So the graphs that are drawn between pressure and volume at a constant temperature, at constant temperature. So these are the graphs. See here, at a higher temperature, these are the graphs are obtained. At lower temperature, these are the graphs obtained. So that is about Boyle's law. So relation between density and pressure. So Boyle's law, so PV is equal to K, that is about constant temperature. So according to density, density is equal to mass per volume. If PV is equal to K, so what is V? V is equal to M by D, or ultimately we will get P is equal to constant into D, or P is directly proportional to D, proportional to D. So that is about Boyle's law. So next one is Charles law. So Charles law, what is kept constant means pressure is always kept constant in the case of Charles law. So at constant pressure, the volume of given mass of gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. So that is V is directly proportional to T, or V by T is equal to K. So V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So see here, so that is about uh, Charles law. So for 0 degree centigrade, so see here, from 0 degree centigrade to 1 degree centigrade. So V1 is equal to V naught plus 1 by 273 into V naught. So from 1 degree centigrade to 2 degree centigrade, 0 degrees to 2 degrees centigrade, 0 degrees to 5 degrees. So if you see here, so the V5 is equal to V naught is the initial volume plus 5 by 273 into V naught. So that is about, so absolute temperature. So V is according to the Charles law, V is directly proportional to absolute temperature. So Vt is equal to V naught into T degrees by 273 into V naught. So if T1 is equal to 1, so 1 plus T by 273. So Vt by T is equal to V naught by T naught. So ultimately we will get V is directly proportional to T. So 0 degrees to 273 degrees centigrade. So if there is a change in temperature from 0 degrees centigrade to 273 degrees centigrade, V273 is equal to V naught plus 273 by 273 into V naught. So this is the way for calculation. At 0 degree centigrade or minus 273 kelvins, so the gaseous state does not exist. And at this point, that means at 0 degree Kelvin or minus 273 degrees centigrade, the volume of the gas is always constant. At 0 degree Kelvin or minus 273 degrees centigrade, what happens? The volume of the gas is always 0. So this is the graphical representation of Charles law. So in this case, we will discuss about isobars. So what are isobars? The graphs that are drawn between volume and temperature at constant pressure. At constant pressure. So these are the graphs that are taking place at low pressure, and these are the graphs that are taking place at high pressure. So the graphs are drawn between V and T at constant pressure. These graphs are known as isobars. And next one is Gay-Lussac's law. So Gay-Lussac's law. So what does the Gay-Lussac's law state? So P is directly proportional to T. P is directly proportional to C. So what is the statement about Gay-Lussac's law? Means at constant volume, the pressure of given mass of gas is directly proportional to temperature. So P is directly proportional to temperature, or P by T is equal to constant, or P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2, that is equal to P3 by T3, and so on. And next one is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. At constant temperature and pressure, equal volumes of all gases contains equal number of moles. Equal number of moles. So at temperature and pressure are kept constant, the volume of given mass of gas is directly proportional to the number of moles or number of molecules. So see here, V is proportional to the number of molecules or number of moles into Avogadro number. So hence ultimately we will get that V is directly proportional to N. So that is about Avogadro's law. So what are the variables that are present? See here, in the case of Boyle's law, P and V are the variables, constants are T and M. In the case of Charles' law, V and T are the variables, P and M are constants. So, and so on. So, next one is ideal gas equation. So, what is ideal gas equation? So, how we will get this ideal gas equation? So, this ideal gas equation is obtained from the gas laws. What are the gas laws? That is Boyle's law, Charles' law, and Avogadro's. So according to Boyle's law, V is proportional to 1 by P. According to Charles' law, V is directly proportional to T. According to Avogadro's law, V is proportional to N. So V is proportional to 1 by P into T into N. Ultimately, we'll get V is proportional to NT by P, or V is equal to R into NT by P, or PV is equal to nRT. So this PV is equal to nRT is known as ideal gas equation, which is obtained by three gases. So this is the P1, V1, T1 and N. So these are the initial. P1 is the initial pressure, P1 is the initial volume, T1 is the initial temperature, and if it is changed to final pressure P2, final volume V2 and final temperature T2, then P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. So this is the general gas equation. So if you see the relation between density and molar mass, so number of moles is equal to, so we know that how to calculate the number of moles. If mass is given, the mass of gas in grams by molar mass of the gas. So small w by capital M. So if you see PV is equal to nRT, which is an ideal gas. So PV is equal to N is nothing but weight by molecular weight. So instead of N, I'm substituting weight by molecular weight. So P is equal to W by V into RT by M. So P is equal to D RT by M, because density is equal to mass per volume. The next one is gas constant. So that is nothing but R. So PV is equal to nRT, or if you want a gas constant, so R is equal to PV by NT, where P is pressure, V is the volume, and N is the number of moles, and T is temperature. T is temperature. So gas constant R is equal to force per area, that is pressure, into volume by moles into temperature. So area means length square, volume means length cube, by moles into temperature, that is force into length by moles into temperature. So R is nothing but force into length is equal to work per energy. So that is equal to work by moles into temperature. So that nothing but R represents the work done per degree per mole. So we can express in different systems of units. So that the R will be having different numerical values. What are the different numerical values of R? So when pressure is expressed in atmosphere and volume is expressed in liters. So what is the unit of R? Unit of R will be in liter atmosphere. So 1 atmosphere into 22.4 by 1 mole into 273 kelvins. So we are getting 0.08205. So that we are correcting to 0.0821 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. In the second case, if pressure is expressed in Newton per meter square and volume in meter cube, the numerical value we will get. So R is equal to PV by NT. So if we are substituting the values, so R is equal to 101,325, that is Newton per meter square, and 22.4 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube per 1 mole into temperature 273 kelvins, we are getting 8.313846, which is adjusted to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. So that is the second value of R. So next, when pressure is expressed in bar and volume is expressed in decimeter cube, so R is equal to 0.08314 bar liter per Kelvin per mole. So these are the different units of R. Units of R. So in the second case, fourth case, when we are expressing the pressure and is equal to 76 centimeters of mercury column and density is expressed in that case we'll consider as 1013 numerical value of if you are considering R value, R is equal to, if you are ergs, if you are considering R is equal to 8.314 into 10 power 7 ergs per Kelvin per mole, or in the case of calories, R is equal to 1.987 calories per mole per Kelvin, which is adjusted to 2 calories. So these are the different units of R. Units of R. So with this, I will conclude the session. So in the next class, we will discuss about the other gas laws, other different gases, Graham's law, Dalton's law of partial pressure we will discuss.